Hey guys, I'm Lindsey Loon. So I'm Jewish and half hillbilly. I'm a Jew Billy. My father's family's from the mountains in North Carolina, and my mother's is from 5,780 years of Jewish suffering. It's fun being a Jew Billy. Shalom, y'all. I can hunt squirrels and bargains too. I've got a bubba and a bubbala. I can do shots of moonshine or Manischewitz. Yes, I have yelled the words, "Hey y'all, watch this." But I also have really good insurance. I have Jewish guilt that erodes my soul, and hillbilly ingenuity that erodes my credit rating. I'll overwhelm you with hypochondria and hospitality. We've got Jewish accountants who will do your taxes and hillbillies who will do your taxidermy. We've got Jewish doctors who will cure disease and hillbillies who will cure meat. And I can never forgive, but I sure can forget. So my father's an astrophysicist, and I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. Another hillbilly astrophysicist. What a cliche. But he's lost his cute Southern accent. He actually moved to Massachusetts and met my mom, and that's when I happened. And that's why I don't have a cool Southern accent either. But, you know, Massachusetts happened, so my dad became a masshole. Bless his heart, yeah. He does have a distinct way of speaking, though. He speaks in small capital letters for emphasis. And he's got an intense job, and he's an intense parent. You know, he likes dropping life lessons out of nowhere. So when I was 12, we went for a run by an intersection, and suddenly he goes, "Lindsey, having unprotected sex is like running into traffic with your eyes closed." And I was so confused. I was 12 years old. I was like, is this a sex talk or a traffic safety talk? But then I realized it's my dad. It's both. He's just that efficient. So we had another sex talk, you know, a mere 10 years later.
Oh my gosh, it's 22.
I told him that I wanted to be an actor and comedian, and he just cut right to it. Don't get pregnant and watch your sodium intake. I don't know how he knows that my fantasy is having sex on a bed of potato chips, but man, he gives good advice. Sometimes I worry that, you know, I disappoint my parents because I'm just so different from the rest of my family. But I got this tender call from my dad the other day, and he said, "Lindsey, I'd like to apologize for your childhood. When you came along, your mother and I were rank amateurs. I think we've done much better with your sister." But everybody thinks they've done much better with my sister.
Oh.
Including a few ex-boyfriends.
Oh.
But I'm dating a guy named Mike, and he's actually in the other room. We've been quarantining together, and we have all sorts of problems. Like, it's been a roller coaster. We've been on and off for 4 years. 4 years, and at this point, that's a college degree in semi-commitment. You know what it's like living with someone who's a total mess? I mean, chaos, like papers everywhere, clothes everywhere. I found a pair of underwear hanging from a ceiling fan. Yeah. That was a big fight. There was lots of yelling. And I was like, "Mike, don't touch my undies. I'll put them away eventually." Yeah, I guess he puts up with a lot. I'm a challenge. But my mom is a big fan of him, you know? And she doesn't even mind that he's not Jewish. You know, he's my goy boy. And she can't really say anything because she married her goy boy. But
Aw.
Mike is more than 5 years younger than me, so technically he's my goy boy toy. And I know you're thinking,
Yeah.
oi. So my mom's a toughie. She's not neurotic Jewish. She's Mossad Jewish. She wears those sunglasses like for post-cataract surgery that sort of wrap around. But she doesn't look like a senior citizen. She looks like the Terminator.
Yeah.
I think Arnold Schwarzenegger is her spirit animal. Definitely. And she'll always be buck. So my mom and Mike get along great because they both believe in tough love. And Mike and I are just really different, you know. I'm pretty social and talkative, and he's quiet. He doesn't say much. But when he does, it's really mean. He's kind of like an emotional non-support animal. He's like an adorable pet, but not like a puppy or a goldfish. More like a little monkey, you know? It's so cute. But then it might spit and throw its own poop. But, you know, I don't like to think of it as a dead-end relationship. You know, it's really comfortable. It's more of a cul-de-sac relationship. Is it cozy? Absolutely. Is it going nowhere? Absolutely. Is it going to spin me around and spit me back right where I started? Alone? I don't know. We'll see, y'all. But I just think of advice from my Southern granny. She used to say to me, Lindsey, you want to find yourself a man that you don't want to kill every day. You're still going to want to kill him most days, honey. But every day is bad. Keep those standards low. And I've got a plan. Like, if things get unbearable with Mike, I'll just set him up with my sister.
No.
We're half hillbilly. It's all in the family. I do value Mike's honesty, though. You know, I hate insincerity. And there's this phrase I can't stand. Nice to meet you. Is it nice to meet you? You just met. You really don't know. You know, you're guessing in the dark on that one. To be honest, it's uncertain to meet you. At most, it's hopeful to meet you. And all you know is that you started that relationship with a lie. So I think we should do what the Japanese do. I partly grew up in Japan. They say, hajimemashite, which means it begins, right? It's on. It's on. Let's get this started, right? And it's such a handy phrase because you can use it on an internet date when you're meeting someone for the first time or when you bomb Pearl Harbor. Yeah. Hajimemashite.
I got it.
So I want to leave you guys with some music. I think about Jewish and hillbilly culture a lot, and I think that the souls overlap, and you can hear it in the music. You know, you've got klezmer and blues, and it's all happy, sad music. It's happy when it's sad when it's happy. Klezmer's all have a tequila, have 10 tequilas, have tequila. Oh my God. And that's the party song. Blues is just depression with sex appeal. I lost my job, can't pay my rent. Oy vey, verklempt. You can find me at Loon Laughs on everything. That's Loon Laughs. You guys have been absolutely.
Woo!
Oh,
Lindsey!
Lindsey Loon. Very funny. Yeah, I hate it also, Lindsey, when people ask me if I have a sister. Because basically it means they'd fuck a girl that looks like me. Which I think is kind of creepy. But, We still have a very funny show for you guys. Thanks for tuning in. We got 67 people here in this loop. Coming up next, we have very funny comedians. She plays all around town. Let's give it up for Katie Schindelheim.